Wow, this is music is beautiful. Why is this music so beautiful? Right, let's make character. Let's just go this guy. Standard experience jumping to the main menu standard. Let's start training. See. Hello. Jump right into it. I've played 3, 2, 3, 4, but I never play them a lot, so I can never remember completely. So I think we'll go just to standard. Let me turn this music down a little bit. Oh my god, it's so loud. Holy shit, why is that so loud? My god. Oh, we got some Japanese trains. Let's have a look at what new ones it is. I would really like that. The Flying Scotsman, of course. Do they do Japanese bullet trains as well? I'd like a Japanese bullet train. Now, why is it not going back? Let me scroll down. Oh, there we go. Some new arrivals. I think everything's technically new because it's a whole new game. Well, we've got a few. Profile. Just make sure ours is connected. Yeah, it is. Nice. Okay. Go to trains, edition, Craze Club. Go to train center, or should we pick the trains we want to go with? Routes. Let's look at the trains we got. So. There. Oh, might go to this one. Or some of the Southwest Railway ones. Or Great British Railway ones. I like this because I bought it and then I stopped playing for a bit. That one's nice too. This is the closest to bullet train we have. But does this have training on it? Or is it... if we go... routes... Those trains... Train depot... Timetable scenarios... Does it have scenarios? Oh, that one doesn't. We don't have any scenarios for that one. So, where am I going? What does it come under? I need to learn how the trains work. How do we use that train? Scenarios. Modules. Can we not use that train? What? Why is it? Why is it not letting us use it? This one? Huh. How? Do we... So I want to do this one. But how do we... It won't let me... Ah, okay. Western Express. That one. We have to be able to use it on one of these, right? Can we legit not use that train? What the hell? Oh, that sucks ass. It's involved. Mate, I'm gutted. Well, looks like we're not using that train. So what can I use it on? Routes? How do I know what routes it's used on? Or do we go to trains? Locos? This one. Oh, it looks so good. Well, what do we use it on? Santa Fe F7. So maybe if we find that. Routes. Los Angeles. That's cool. Wait. So how the hell? Maybe it's others? It's this one. This product overview traits from the world remain unsure. No, the fully creators recommend you own traits from the world. Kajon Pass, which is available as Kajon Pass. I'm just hoping it's in it. I can't imagine it's not. It's pretty similar. F7. All of white? Oh, that's cool. Blackpool. Can't pass, so it's this one we need. Okay. Well, we won't do that today, though. So, what we'll do instead, then, the scenarios, and let's pick a train. Do I want to go St. English or St. Cool? These are quite cool, and so the high-speed trains are cool, like the trams and stuff. Rapid transit Long Island. Frankfurt. Yeah, let's do Frankfurt one. Journey is what I want. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Ah, it's the first one. Why won't it let me start it? Start journey. Do I have to do the training? I shouldn't have to, right? Basics created to gameplay.
Embarking on a new career is always exciting. Today you're joining the list of people who work on the railways, keeping the world's people and cargo running smoothly. There's a lot to learn, but you'll be taking it step by step. Let's start by looking around. Before you get to the trains, take a quick tour of the facility here and learn the basics of moving around on foot. Your current objective is shown in the top left of the screen. You've just been awarded some action points. These are displayed in the top right corner of the screen and count towards your overall experience level
Quite
for the
foggy,
game.
But that might be because of time of day, but
This is one of the many route tasks you can discover. Keep an eye out for other tasks that will ask you to place, collect, or fix a variety of things. Head into the main building. Walk over to the... You can pause at any point to review objectives and a lot of other information about what's happening at the moment. Try it now and then return to the game after you've had a look round.
I need to do that.
Now that you've covered some of the basics of moving around and interacting with the environment, let's take a walk through the building and find the trains.
Finally. Toilets. Here we are. There's the steam train. That's why I
This
played
is Central
mostly
Square.
on the last
From
one.
here you can explore the main training center depot and surrounding yards. Your journey operating trains is just getting started here at the training center. Remember, you can always come back here from the main menu to refresh your knowledge if you're unsure about anything.
There we go. Screen elements. No, can I just get to the bloody driving the trains, please? Railroad journey. Oh wait, there we go. That's how it works. Should we? You know what? Let's do it. Let's keep doing it. Fundamentals. There's no harm in doing it again. So it might show some new features. It's got. I don't think it's got many, but. Oh.
In this training module, you'll learn about the on-screen overlay known as the heads-up display, or HUD. You'll see it when you're in control of a train. You can configure a range of parameters for the HUD that affect how it looks in the game settings. In this tutorial, you're going to take a look at the two main types of HUD and make a first choice of which one you prefer. Get started by climbing up the ladder into this train and sit in the...
Close the door. Guess it'll do automatically.
Welcome to the most important seat in the train. Before you can start learning how to make the train move, you're going to need to understand what the HUD is telling you.
I like the default HUD to be fair, so.
There are three types of HUD. The one you're seeing now is the normal HUD. You'll learn that first, and then take a look at the minimal HUD next.
I'm not sure
There
what
is
they
also a
can
simple HUD, which is essentially a cut-down version of the normal HUD.
Even the it's a bit more.
The HUD is a guide to show you what the train is doing, how you're doing, and what your next objectives are.
Not really.
You can tune what's shown here using the game settings.
Wow.
The main part of the normal HUD is the speed display in the bottom right. Your current speed is indicated by a white bar that will appear on the outside of the speedometer, and there is a red mark that indicates the maximum permitted speed. This is the direction display. An arrow will indicate the forward, reverse, and neutral directions. A cross, or X, means the reverser is currently either not inserted or in the off position. This is the power display. A number will indicate what position the power or throttle control is in. If the display is white, it refers to power. If the display is yellow, it means powered braking or dynamic braking.
Oh, there we go.
If the display is red, then the throttle is currently locked out and you will need to take steps to release the lock before power can be applied. You can learn about troubleshooting elsewhere in Training Center. These are the brake indicators. The exact one shown will vary by train and will often be visible in the train itself on the various gauges. These gauges tell you what is happening in the braking system. The most important one is the BC or brake cylinder. In most trains, when this reads 0, that means the brakes are released. Anything else and the brakes are applied. In the top right is the track monitor. This shows you the line ahead and allows you to see all the signals and speed limit changes that you're approaching.
Okay.
By default, the track monitor shows the signals with their actual red, yellow or green aspect. But when you get more confidence, you can hide this information via an option in the game settings. As you accelerate, the track monitor will extend its look-ahead distance so you can see much further ahead at higher speeds. This is all done automatically. Now that you're familiar with the normal HUD, it's time to take a look at the minimal HUD.
Okay.
You can change this via the game settings, but for this tutorial, the game will change it automatically.
Oh, so what's this one then?
You can see that most of the HUD is now gone. You are left with basic information in the top left corner.
Oh, I kind of like that. Current objective displayed here.
The minimal HUD immerses you in the experience of driving the train.
Oh, okay.
Use the train's real gauges as much as possible.
Oh, shit.
In the top left corner, you will see the information about your next objective and some limited information about what the train's doing, such as your current speed, the speed limit, and the gradient. Use the game settings to add and remove information from the minimal HUD. With less information, you'll find driving more challenging, but also more immersive and rewarding.
We might do that, actually.
Experienced players might prefer the minimal HUD, especially when driving from the cab view.
If it's miles an hour...
The normal HUD is ideal for newcomers or anyone who wants to drive from an external camera. You can switch HUDs in game settings. Do you want to start with the normal HUD or minimal HUD?
Let's go minimal.
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
To use the actual interior, the gauges properly, which I never really tried. Continue. Moving a train. Yay! Here we go. This is why we play these games, to move the train, not just sit in it.
In this training module, you're going to learn how to make a train move and then bring it to a stop. For this exercise, you'll be using a British Class 323 electric multiple unit. It's a great train to get started with as the controls are quite straightforward. This module will get you used to the feel of the train and its controls. While many trains have different controls and are operated in different ways, there are basically always 3 controls that are common and are required to move the train. The reverser chooses the direction you're going to move in. It often has 4 positions: off, forward, neutral, and reverse. The brakes are used to slow or stop the train. There are potentially multiple braking systems you can find in different trains, and you can read more about that in other sections of the training center. For now, the Class 323 has a very simple braking system. The throttle controls how fast the train accelerates. In this train, the throttle and brakes are controlled by a combined power and brake handle. Moving the handle in one direction will apply power. The middle position is neutral and does nothing, and then the other range applies the brakes.
And braking at the same time. So it makes
You will find in
sense.
some other trains that the throttle and brakes are on separate handles. Before you go any further, set the headlights for daytime running and ensure the tail lights are off.
So you want that and tail lights off. I know there's buttons for
We
it,
want
but
to move the train forwards,
I'd
so set the
rather
reverser
actually
to
do
the
it in
forwards
set
position.
apart from this stuff, 'cause it's useful to...
Now pull the combined power and brake handle towards you to release the brakes and apply power. In the top left, the accelerometer shows you how fast you're speeding up or slowing down.
Oh yeah. Let's get to 18 miles an hour. God, there's a lot of power lines. Now it'll only coast, I believe, for so long, at least that's what it did in the last one. And obviously, elevation change and stuff like that. Driver assist, DVS to... Oh, what was that?
When it comes to stopping trains, the specifics of each train can be quite different. However, the basic process is fundamentally the same. Bring this train to a complete
These brakes are good. That was only
The
on...
amount of braking you will
What?
need to apply also varies depending on whether you're going uphill or
Oh,
downhill and how heavy your train is. Knowing the right
Yeah,
amount to
brake
apply will come with practice and experience. Stopping a train is one of the biggest challenges of controlling it, particularly stopping it in the right place. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
Oh, nice and easy. Passenger operations. Again, I'll probably just use the buttons on the dash, but sometimes I can't find them, so it's good to know.
In this training module, you'll be learning basic passenger operations in this Class 323 electric multiple unit.
Now it's raining.
This part of the training center is the Metro Loop. It is used primarily for driver training for passenger trains that are generally shorter or might stop more frequently in normal operating practice. It consists of 2 platforms. In this module, we'll be doing a complete circuit and practicing stopping at both stations.
Sweet.
When you're ready, open the door and climb aboard the train.
Have a quick look for any of them markings and stuff in place. I don't think there will be any here. Why is the weather so miserable though?
Always remember to close the drive. To unlock the control desk, insert the master key and activate. Turn the coach lighting on so that... In order to use the buttons in the cab, you must first insert and then turn the door key to the on position.
Okay.
As the platform is on your left, press the open doors left button.
Wrong one. Oh, it'll be on. Okay. What?
The The weather has turned quite bad, so you'll need to turn the wipers on.
Yeah, just a bit. Where are the wipers? How fast? No, he's faster than that.
The cab light is currently on. Make sure to turn it off. It's useful to find your way around in the cab, but can make it hard to see out of the window, so you should always turn it off before you start moving.
There we go.
Headlights in the UK are used to allow others to see the train rather than being of great use to the driver seeing out. Set the headlights for daytime running and ensure the tail lights are off.
Yeah.
While the passenger doors are open and the loading objective completes, you'll notice the bar in the top left slowly rising. Once it reaches the top, the objective will complete and it will be time to close the doors.
The weather's miserable. I thought for training, you would have at least made it nice weather. That's cool. That's why my dad always had one of them. I thought it was just a tool. And that weren't in the last game. I never remember. I never drove these trains, so maybe it was.
Now the passengers have boarded the train, close and lock the doors using the close left doors button. Set the reverser to forward. Apply some power to get moving.
Yeah. Speed at 100 kilometers. Luckily we got that. It's 90 miles an hour. This weather is awful.
You're approaching the next station. Use the power brake handle to apply power so that you come to a gentle stop at the indicated marker on the platform.
Now. A bit more brake. Oh, that's pretty good. Right on the
This
money
platform
there.
is on the right, so you'll need to use the open right doors button to unlock and
That was just on the money. Deafened everyone.
use the doors.
So why
Drive the train to the next platform without any further guidance and see how you get on.
Yeah, we just reached level 2. How fast is accelerating too fast? That's what I don't know. I wish you got like passenger feedback to say, oh, that was rough acceleration or rough braking. How far is it? That's a decent ways away. We're not timed, so we'll keep it at 2. I will. I think I'll have music on when. Oh, not as good, but pretty damn good. Still green. And then we want to... There we go.
That concludes this module.
Yeah.
If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
That was pretty good. That was 2 dead on green. What's that? What medal is that? So take 8 minutes distance travelled. Distance what? Is that platinum? Passenger operations. Is that like a platinum or gold? Camera controls. This will be good actually. To know. Oh, much better weather.
In this training module, you'll be learning about the various camera controls and how to get the best views. You can drive from in the cab or an exterior camera. Exterior views are particularly useful for coupling and uncoupling. Currently, you're in the cab of this Class 323 EMU with the same view a real driver would have. Before experimenting with camera views, set the train up correctly as if ready for departure.
That. Coach light on. That. Up. Do that. Day. Oh, cabin light.
We will now explore the camera controls.
Free.
To get back inside the cab, a different key must be pressed. Do that now.
1.
Now that you're used to interior and exterior, switch back to the exterior view again to learn more about it. From the exterior, you can move the camera around. Use the keys indicated along with your mouse to move and turn the camera. If the mouse pointer is moving but your view doesn't change, right-click the mouse to turn on camera mode. Spend a minute just practicing moving and turning the external camera.
Oh, nice.
You can zoom in and out using the mouse wheel. Try it now.
There we are.
While in an external camera, you can also interact with some elements such as junctions. You'll be learning about junctions properly in a different training module, but for now, fly over to the indicated junction and change it by interacting with it using the controls indicated.
There we go.
There's a lot more to learn about cameras, including numerous other camera modes. You can find out more in other areas of the training center. That concludes this module.
Sweet.
If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
Oh yeah, platinum. Moving a train part 2.
In this module, you'll combine everything you learned from the moving a train, passenger operations, and camera controls modules, but from outside the train. Now you'll have the freedom to enjoy external cameras while driving the train. Before you go any further, get the lighting. You can activate the master key by pressing the indicated keys. Now press the keys indicated to set the reverser to forwards. Just as with other modules, you're currently sitting in a Class 323 multiple unit. You must now switch to the exterior camera. If you need a reminder on how to do this, head over to the camera controls module first and have a quick refresher. Aside from the magnificent views, exterior camera views can make it easier to complete tasks such as coupling, checking your lights, and changing junctions. Only a small number of the most common functions are usable for an exterior camera. If you find you need to do something that isn't available, simply switch to the internal camera to do it, and then switch back. Finally, press the key indicated to apply some power.
Here we go. Why is it not going? Nice. I'd like a free camera though.
Now that you've moved down the track, it's time to bring the train to a stop. Use the keys in. Try restarting this tutorial and running it a few times until you're comfortable with driving from the outside, including moving the camera
How
around.
complicated do they think it actually is to do
That
that?
concludes this
Or
module.
is it too...
If you wish to replay it, you
that
can come back to
focusing
it
on
at any
cameras?
time via the training center.
But most people will stay in the first camera. Multiple units. Changing ends. Let's go to the main menu real quick. I want to see how many training modules there actually are in the training center. What would we need? Trains. Training modules, tutorials. How do we find... this routes training set, huh? Oh, Richard, that's it. Fundamentals. So there's, oh my god, there's loads. Cruise control. Okay. I just need to pop to the toilet real quick. I'll be right back. Oh, wrong one. back. Right. Let's jump back in.
In this training module, you'll be learning how to shut down a cab and change ends of the train so that you can drive in the other direction. You'll bring this unit back to central square sidings. You'll need to change ends a couple of times. Don't worry about how the train is going to get there though, all the paths are going to be set for you. You just need to change ends and then drive when you're given instruction to do so. Get started by setting this cab up for operation. Set the headlights for daytime operation. Set the reverser to forwards, as that's the direction you'll be going. The first move brings the train forwards to the junction around the corner from here, and you'll be stopping once the rear of the train has cleared it.
Okay.
Apply some power and drive forward a bit so that we can prove that this cab is working and the train moves as expected.
Why is it not going? There we go. God, what took it so long there? Is that it? Oh, that junction. Oh, I see. Okay. Let's flip that bit. Right.
Now that the train has stopped, you need to shut this cab down.
Okay.
Turn off the headlights and ensure the tail lights are on. Set the reverser to off. Set the power brake handle to the step 3 brake position. Remove. This cab is now shut down. Walk over to the other end of the train, ensuring to close any doors behind you.
Go this way, nice. Damn, that's those windows. Oh my God. No electric doors. Oh, there. Wait. Yeah, there's no electric doors on this place. Must be an old train. Check this one out. Oh, wait. No. Darn it.
Sit in the driver's seat.
Alright, I ain't got there yet. Chill out. No rush.
Follow the steps indicated to activate this cab, repeating the procedure that you did when you set up the previous cab.
Okay. Master key. Headlights. Taillights.
Now that the cab is active, wait for the yard controller to give us permission to proceed forward once they've checked and locked all the junctions for us. You're good to go. Apply some power and get moving. Your next destination is going to take you to the left and into the switch lines west of the training centre.
Okay, so I'm going to make sure that BC is completely off before I put some power down. Otherwise it seems to go a bit if. See ya. Yeah. Bit more power. Mount. This perks, right. Way too fast. Oh my god. Oopsie.
Follow the steps indicated to deactivate this cab.
That's already upgraded, very good. Back for here we go. Narrow gap between them seats, my god.
Now that the cab is active, wait for the yard controller to give us permission to proceed forward once they've checked and locked all the junctions for us.
Focus this time. 40 kilometers. What's that in? Can we change that? HUD guide. Options. Settings. Is it HUD? Trap monitor. Measurement unit automatic. Imperial. Was it metric? Feet. Automatic. Long tons, short tons. Okay, so it's wrong. There we go. I like the yards better, if I'm honest. Just can't just learn how to do it on yards. Some HUD. Distance. Okay, no, I'll just keep it there. We'll get used to it. No, it has to be. We have to be able to adjust that, surely. Settings, HUD. Marker. Measurement units. Imperial metric. Distance unit, here we go. Yards. There we go. Nice and slow. Up instead of down. Overshot a little bit. With 70
Before you finish, take a moment to review. When changing cabs on almost any train, there are some common things to double check before you depart the cab you're finished with. What position have you left the throttle and brake controls in? What position is the reverser in? Are the headlights and taillights set up correctly for what will become the rear of the train? Are all doors closed? Once you get used to each train you operate, you'll quickly begin to remember what each one needs and get used to the elements that are common between different trains.
What's that safety thing?
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
I would want more points. Ooh, it's got speed. We still got a platinum though. The speed, massive. Oh, they got a little speed check thing there too. Nice. Railway navigation. Wait, I get my drink out. Oh, I put it on the floor. God's sake.
In this training module, you'll be learning about the live 2D map and how it can help you understand where you are, where your objective is, and how you can change the path of the train to get to the right place. Under normal circumstances, the driver has little, if anything, to do with where a train is going. It's all handled centrally by a signalling center or dispatcher. Within yards and depots, however, you will find that these are often managed by the crew of the train directly. That means you. You can tell whether a junction is manual or automatic by looking at it. If it has no big lever, then it's automatic and you can't influence it. If it does, then interacting with that lever will change the junction. For this module, you'll take this class 323 from the siding here next to the main loops and set all the junctions yourself to direct the train to the switch lines, and then change ends and repeat the process to bring the train into the depot.
I hate this bit.
Your destination has been set over in the switch lines on the far west of the training centre. Use the map to follow the path from the train to the destination and change all the junctions you need to get there. If you make a mistake and go the wrong way, you can go back and try to correct it. If you're not ready for that, just restart the module and try again.
That one takes us into there. That one takes us into there. And we follow this track. Go on to that one. I don't think we actually need to do that unless we're coming back though. So that one should just take us onto there. That one keeps us straight. Then we go up to this one. Just to make sure. That one, and we go up to there and stop there, and then backwards we'll switch them again. So, tail lights off. We've set everything correctly. So we go 9 here and watch it, so that should take us through there. Should switch to that track. I guess I'm nervous doing the changing track, whether I've set it right or not. And then the next one we should join automatically. DVA, AS and TVs receive additional point. Where is that though? Is that like up here? Ah. Why is that beeping? Ouchies. What the fuck just happened? Oh shit, I stopped the train and restarted. Uh-oh. Shit. I broke something. I'm gonna have to restart. How do we restart? Options, restart. Okay, don't touch that.
In this training module, you'll be learning about the live 2D map and how it can help you understand where you are, where your objective is, and how you can change the path of the train to get to the right place. Under normal circumstances, the driver has little, if anything, to do with where a train is going. It's all handled centrally by a signalling center or dispatcher. Within yards and depots, however, you will find that these are often managed by the crew of the train directly. That means you. You can tell whether a junction is manual or automatic by looking at it. If it has no big lever, then it's automatic and you can't influence it. If it does, then interacting with that lever will change the junction. For this module, you'll take this class 323 from the siding here next to the main loops and set all the junctions yourself to direct the train to the switch lines, and then change ends and repeat the process to bring the train into the depot. Your destination has been set over in the switch lines on the far west of the training centre. Use the map to follow the path from the train to the destination and change all the junctions you need to get there. If you make a mistake and go the wrong way, you can go back and try to correct it. If you're not ready for that, just restart the module and try again.
That's right. That's correct. I believe that's right. Let's just double check. That brings us into here. Which brings us up to here. Which this one takes us up here. That's this one here. That one keeps us going. And then this one brings us up to there. Which brings us to there. Yeah, it goes straight up like that. And then to finish. So good, so next we should keep going straight. We should go in centre junction for this one. Nice. Next junction should be turning off. We're going up this way. Smash into that. Now we should have straight lines going onto that one, obviously. Straight for the next few junctions. Main line up. So the next junction after this one is going to be one we're turning on. Yeah, this one we're going to be turning on. I hate managing the track, it's so annoying. It's not too bad if you get it right. If we don't get it right, it's a pain in the ass. I just had, remember that gooseberry prime, glowberry prime. It's good, man. I don't usually drink prime, but I saw it for this flavour. I was like, I'll give it a try. It's good. And we should enter that one as well. Yeah, perfect.
You've made it to the first destination. Go ahead and change ends in the train and you can try one more time for practice.
Trains are never this clean. They do not get it right.
Once again, use the map to adjust the junctions between your train and the destination. Where the black lines on the 2D map aren't aligned with the blue path, change the junction.
So we already done
When you're ready,
one.
get moving.
Now they want us to go that way. That way. So we want to change. No, that way's good. Is that one fine? Yeah, that's fine. That one we had to change. Okay, so now here's the brake. Nice and power and get moving. It goes down to 9, so I'll keep it at 1. Be real slow one. That safety thing. Oh, I dare not touch it because last time our train shut down. I don't want to touch it. And
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
With trains, I'm like, with how I am with planes, I like the old stuff more.
In this training module, you're going to learn to drive a diesel-electric locomotive and how the controls differ from a multiple unit. This is a BR Class 66 diesel-electric locomotive, typically used for freight operations in the United Kingdom. In some trains, it is first necessary to insert the reverser handle. We need to do that on this one. We want to move the train forwards, so move the reverser in that direction. The train brake on the Class 66 uses a sprung lever. Holding it one way will gradually release the brakes until you release the lever. Holding it the other will gradually apply the brakes. You need to keep an eye on the two brake gauges in front of you. The larger one in the middle is the brake pipe. The outside needle shows the target pressure and the inside needle shows the actual pressure. When you apply or release the brakes, the outer needle moves and the onboard control systems will begin to adjust the brakes to match your setting. You can make a change to the brakes and focus on the road ahead while the system works to match the pressure you've set.
Now that was
the second gauge of note is the brake cylinder gauge, which is the second from the left. This tells you exactly what is happening with the brakes on the two sets of wheels on the locomotive. If the needles are raised to a V shape, that means they are fully applied. When the needles are both pointing directly down, the brakes on the locomotive will be fully released. You can learn more about braking systems elsewhere in the training center. But for now, you just need to remember that you are directly controlling the outer needle on the brake pipe gauge, and that the end result is shown on the brake cylinder gauge. Keep the brake control in release until you can see the brake pipe control needle is reading 5 bar, pointing upwards. This will release the brakes fully. Watch the brake cylinder gauge to see it gradually reduce to 0.0. Needles pointing downwards, which tells you that the brakes are now fully released on the locomotive and you can move the train. It's important to note that the brake cylinder gauge is only telling you what's happening on your locomotive. If you have wagons attached, they can take a little longer to release, so if the train doesn't move immediately, don't worry. Apply some throttle to get the train moving. As you apply power, notice the ammeter rising, the gauge on the right-hand side with the colored sections. This is the amount of power being fed into the traction motors. Try to keep it in the green section, only briefly in the yellow, and avoid the red section to avoid damaging your traction motors. Now that you've reached your target speed, you can move the throttle control back to 0. The train will then coast on level ground and the train will only slow down very gradually.
Yeah. Hello. So lanky.
that's far enough, bring this train to a complete stop by holding the brake control in the apply state until you see the brake pipe control needle in the center of your cab desk showing about 4 bar. The amount of braking you'll need to apply also varies depending on whether you're going uphill or downhill and how heavy your train is. Stopping a train is one of the biggest challenges of controlling it, particularly stopping it in the right place. You'll get better at this with practice. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
We've got a few more to do. Then we can go on to pick a train we want. Changing ends, so that's for the diesel, I'm assuming. Yep.
In this training module, you'll be learning about changing ends with a locomotive. Many types of locomotives have 2 cabs in order to make them as versatile as possible. While the cabs are often virtually identical, they are often referred to as either the A and B ends, number 1 or 2 end, or simply their front and back. Usually the designation of the cab is written somewhere in the cab. In the case of the Class 66, it's above the window on the right-hand side. In this case, you can see you're in the number 1 cab. All the junctions will be set for you in this module. You'll just be focusing on the locomotive. First, get the train moving forwards and drive over to the indicated stop marker and come to a stop in the platform somewhere.
You take the brakes off. Oh, there they are. I do like the noise of this though. Listen to that. Oh, that's not nice though. It's so scrapey. Oh, it's so scrapey. They are loud. Clonks. Hopefully that music's not too loud, it should be quiet. It's about perfect. I still don't know what that is. No, just get ready to apply some brakes. There we are.
Okay, let's change ends. The basic process is always the same. Shut down the cab you're in and set up a new cab. Each cab has slightly different requirements to shut it down and set it up, however. Now remove the reverser.
There we go.
Removing the reverser has automatically applied the brakes on the locomotive, so you don't need to worry about what happens when you change ends or what position to leave the train brake in.
I think that's good.
On this locomotive and on some others, you also need to make sure to put the locomotive brake in the release position when you're ready to switch cabs. If you don't, the controls in the other cab won't be able to release the brake.
Ah, I see.
Before you move to the other cab, set the tail lights on and turn the headlights off. If you've used cab light or desk lights, turn those off too.
So that has direct brake, but that needs to be on, right? Okay. Claustrophobic.
Head to the other cab. You'll need to leave the train and get back on board at the other end. While some trains allow you to walk from cab to cab internally, it's often hot and uncomfortable. Notice that this end shows that you're in cab number 2 with the writing above the right-hand window. Get the cab set up as per normal and then pull forward to the marker in the other siding and come...
Forward. Day running, tail lights off. Take the brakes off. It sounds amazing until you hear the wheels squeaking, and it sounds horrible all of a sudden. If it didn't have the squeaky, it'd be fine. I do love that you can play. Oh, it's on this 5040. That's horrible. I do like that you can play with pretty much every button. Brakes are a little more complicated on this, but they're not that complicated, so it's okay. I kind of like them. Gives you a bit more to do. So squeaky though.
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
I think, is that all of them? Sped a little bit. I think that's all of them. Uncoupling. Oh. Okay. I think this is the last one. We might have to do one more after, maybe. Then we'll actually pick a train, we'll focus on doing the journey thing.
In this trading module, you'll move some mineral wagons to a new location and learn how to couple and uncouple the wagons to your locomotive.
Might be actually quite fun.
All junctions are going to be changed automatically for you in this tutorial, so you can focus on driving. The mineral wagons are located ahead of us. Start by pulling gently forwards until you touch the wagons and stop. This will take some practice as it requires a lot more fine control.
Brake.
You'll find the locomotive brake is easier and more responsive. Take your time. If you hit the wagons too hard, they might come off the track, so try to be gentle and aim for 2 miles per hour or under as you touch them. You may also prefer the external camera to give more visibility, particularly as you get close to the wagons.
Ah, we're good. We're good. shit! Oops. Stopping, I kind of stopped focusing on my speed after that stop. Oopsie.
In this trading module, you'll move some mineral wagons to a new location and learn how to couple and uncouple the wagons to your
We
locomotive.
don't need the lights on, do we? We just couple it and then we're going to
All junctions are going to be changed automatically for you in this tutorial, so you can focus on driving. The mineral wagons are located ahead of us. Start by pulling gently forwards until you touch the wagons and stop. This will take some practice as it requires a lot more fine control. You'll find the locomotive brake is easier and more responsive. Take your time. If you hit the wagons too hard, they might come off the track, so try to be gentle and aim for 2 miles per hour or under as you touch them. You may also prefer the external camera to give more visibility, particularly as you get close to the wagons.
Real slow. Top speed 3. Get a bit closer. Okay, let's be patient. Else I'm just going to knock it off again. Right. 7 miles an hour. We'll start engaging the brake in a second anyway. And we're going down now. Done now. I can't want to do it in the cab though. Very good. 3 miles an hour, 2 miles an hour. Oh, we just. How close are we? Oh, okay. Right, why is that not? We are? There's automatic brake handle and release. Is this bugged out? There we go. I'll probably get moving. Oh, it's bugged out. Are you kidding me? Screw it, let's just keep moving it until we get to that 5 mile an hour mark. Just come to a stop.
The next step is to couple up. You can either do this by using the external camera or by getting out and doing it by hand. In this tutorial, you'll learn both techniques so you can decide which one you prefer. There are many types of couplers on the railways. In this case, you've got conventional UK chain couplings, which simply need you to put the loop over the hook on the other vehicle. In the sim, you can do this by simply interacting with the coupler when you see the appropriate prompt. Apply the emergency brake with the emergency brake plunger. This will empty all air out of the brake pipe and prevent the brake pipe from overcharging as you couple to the wagons.
Ah, that's
You'll
what
do
that
this
is.
one by getting out of the train. Leave the cab and walk over to the coupling.
Okay. Even though the train's been moved, because it's done a weird bug.
Interact with the coupling to couple the vehicles together. Now head back to the cab. Unset the emergency brake plunger to restore the brakes. Then you'll need to shove this cab down and change ends. Follow the instructions here or check out the training module that covers changing cabs in more detail.
Nah, don't need to set up lights. That's what we really need to do. No, we want to go out this way, right?
Set up the train while you wait for the yard manager to give you the all clear to reverse into the siding once they've changed the junctions required.
Release the brakes.
Junction set, you clear to go. Now pull the train forward and notice how the brake pipe responds more slowly as you release the brakes. You'll feel your train taking more time to respond. It will also feel sluggish as it has extra weight behind it. Take this into consideration as you drive, noting that it now takes longer to speed up and, more importantly, longer to slow down.
That's not too bad though. Sounds nicer. Never mind. There's the squeak. There's that squeaky. Oh, it's just a horrid noise. The external view is horrible with a train like this. Full engage. What's a lot longer? Oh wow, the braking is massively affected though. Acceleration I didn't feel that much, but you feel it's more sluggish, but that was a lot longer to brake. Oh, to reverse? Wait, what are we doing now? Releasing the braking. What? What are we doing? Iffy with that auto releasing the brake.
Looks like you're good to go. Drive the train back into the siding now.
Wait, what? Where the hell are we going? Oh. Okay. We're going back.
apply the emergency brake with the emergency brake plunger again. This time, use the external camera for the uncoupling operation. Switch to the external camera now. Fly the camera over to the coupling where you want to uncouple. In this case, the one between your locomotive and the first wagon. Once you get interact with it as normal and it will uncouple. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training centre.
Nice and easy. Again, this is a game I don't feel they need to bring one out every year or every other year that they do, because cab cars. What the hell does that mean? Because nothing's really changed. They've added a few small features. Oh.
In this training module, you'll be learning about vehicles called control cars or cab cars. In the UK, they're often called driving van trailer or DVT cars, and you will likely come across other names for them too. The name cab car will be used for the rest of this module to keep it simple.
Double decker, hell yeah.
Cab cars are essentially a passenger coach with a driving cab in them, but most importantly, they have no means of propulsion themselves. There are no engines or motors, so they can't move under their own power. The way that a cab car works is it will remotely control a locomotive at the other end of the train, and this is where it's important to understand their behaviour as being a little different to the cab experience of the locomotive itself. There may be a little lag in control response, and you may not quite have the same instrument outputs as you do in the locomotive itself. For this module, you'll be taking this German Doppelstock cab car, which has a BR146.2 locomotive at the other end, setting it up and then driving it forwards to a marker at the other end of the yard area. Revisit this module a couple of times to try different things out and get familiar with the subtle difference when driving from the cab car.
Nah, we're good.
One of the biggest and most obvious differences when driving from the cab car is that there's a lot less sound. Since all the motors and fans are at the other end of the train, it can be a little disconcerting at first.
So, I want to go to work and walk over here. Is this what they mean by the engine area? So, we'll get pushed by this. Okay. That little thing is all of this. That's crazy. This is cool. Do they mean this? Look at this thing's wicked. Here we go.
Engage the brake system by turning this key.
Mate, I like this.
Put the reverser in forwards.
Okay.
Turn on the headlights and set the signal light switch.
Might be.
Ensure the doors are closed. Release the brakes and apply some power to get moving.
Okay. Oh, this one's a bit more complicated. Oh wow, that's a huge delay. Absolute massive delay.
It feels a little odd at first. All the audio cues you're used to in the cab aren't present here, so you just need to give the locomotive time to react to your commands.
Wow, that is a big delay.
Experiment with some power and some brakes and see how the train reacts. You may find some sharp jolts happening because of how the slack is being bunched up or stretched out by the loco at the back. You can minimize this by making your first power or brake applications lighter and then increasing them. You'll get used to this with practice and experience.
Okay. Let's try that. Give it quite an oomph to get it going, and it's just so delayed. Oh, you can zoom in on the view screen. That's cool. What's that one? What's this one? So this is kilometers. So if we do this one, we will change it into kilometers. Says 20.
Cut the power and coast the rest of the way.
Okay, I didn't think it would be that weird. Okay, it's a lot different than I was expecting. It's very different. I like it though. I do like it. Just so different. I find the braking, I don't feel much different with braking. Maybe a little bit of a jolt, but I don't just slam on the brake anyway.
This is far enough. Bring the train to a stop now by applying the train brake.
Okay, it's weird.
This is just a brief introduction to cab cars. The changing ends for cab cars training module goes into more depth about both the cab car and the BR146.2 locomotive on the other end of the train. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
That might be an interesting one to do, actually. Changing it to cab cars. This has got to be the last one, right? Oh no, there might be a Steam one. No, Steam would have his own one, I imagine. If it goes to Steam one, we'll leave it because I know the steam engines already.
In this training module, you'll practice going between the BR146.2 locomotive at one end of the train and the cab car at the other.
Ah, okay, so you do control this.
All the junctions are being taken care of for you by another team member, allowing you to focus on driving. You're starting here in a siding near the main loop. Get started by climbing in.
Wow. Hello.
Insert the reverser handle and set the reverser to forward. Set the headlights to bright and on the back set the signal lights to headlights.
And then the signal lights to headlights.
Release the brakes and apply power to get moving towards the marker.
It's so much faster this end. That's weird. I like that. That's cool. The fact that you know, like, that's instant. The cab car, we'll try it again in a minute when we switch, but it's such a delay. Boy, it's much louder in here too. We're gonna see the noise difference as well. We're going 1 mile an hour faster. We should be. That's fine. God, the noise cancelling in here is pretty good. As soon as you open that window, my God. Yeah, ready to brake in a bit. What's up, guy? How's it going? Oh, it's too short. Let's see him. Hey, ready?
Stop anywhere here by applying the brakes.
Find the brakes on this thing are weak though. Oh, there we go. I think it's because it's got so many more settings, so it feels worse than it is. So obviously you have 3 settings on the other
It's
one.
time to get the locomotive cab shut down.
Okay, so how do we do this?
Move the train brake handle to the full service position.
Full service.
Set the reverser to off and remove the reverser handle. That will deactivate the cab. On the back wall, change the signal lights to tail lights so that the locomotive shows red lights now that it's at the rear of the train. With the cab shut down, you can move to the other end of the train. Exit the cab and walk along the side of the train to the cab car. Don't forget to close the door before you leave.
Definitely louder. Now we get to see the difference. Go back to back.
Open a passenger door on the cab car to get in and make your way to the cab and sit in the driver's seat. You now need to get this cab set up. Start by turning the brake key to activate the brakes.
Yeah.
Insert the reverser handle and set the reverser to forward.
There we go.
Set the headlights to high beams and on the back wall set the signal lights to headlights.
Back, which is there.
Check if there are any doors open, and if so, close them. You're good to go. Release the brakes, apply the power, and take the train out. You're headed out onto the main line and will be stopping at the main station on the loop.
So we're given the same amount of throttle we did for that side. About 10. About, I would say, double that side, which is really interesting. I like, that's cool. I really like that. That's really, really cool. And so it is much quieter this side too. I like this train, man. It's cool. It's really cool. Yeah, you need about nearly double, about 10% more than what you need to get it going. Underfloor heating? What? Niche heating? They have underfloor. Oh god, we're going way too fast. So I was too fascinated by the underfloor heating. See, once we're going, we can probably stay about 10 and we should be fine. Okay, no, you do need a bit more. Yeah, I'd say about, 10% more than what you would use on the other side, which is quite rude. And it makes you have to kind of think about it. Yeah, I'm still alive. Last time I checked. How's it going? Train like this when we do the journey. Do you need to go get sick to you though? Yeah, most likely. I haven't changed my look at least. Shit, we should probably brake. Braking, I don't feel much different, not much lagging. But it's the acceleration, you feel a massive difference. The fact that if you're in this cab it's pushed instead of pulled like every other train is very bizarre. Minimum brakes right now. Probably wouldn't do it if we're doing a passenger thing, because that would be way too early. Way too early. 3 yards off.
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
That one was interesting. Cruise control. Right, let me return to the menu real quick. Let's see how many we got to do. Train journey. Steam. Okay, we've got one more, which is like 5 minutes. Alright, we'll do that one quick, and then I'll go get some food. And then, yeah, Steam has its own section, which is fine.
In this training module, you're going to learn how the German AFB cruise control system works. Many German trains use this type of cruise control, and much of the fundamentals you learn here will apply to other trains that have some equivalent form of cruise control. It's important to note that there are fundamentally 2 types of cruise control. One is an active system like AFB, which will manage your speed positively using throttle and brake as needed. The other is a speed set system, which is useful for setting a maximum speed. Speed set could usually maintain your speed, but can't reduce it as easily as a system like AFB. For this exercise, you'll be doing 2 laps of the main loop here at the training center. The first time around, you'll be learning how to set up AFB and use it from standstill. The second time, you'll learn how to enable AFB while your train is already running. Set up the train, but don't start moving yet.
We're at the front? Yeah, we're at the back of it. It's an actual locomotive.
Störung, Störung.
Turn the AFB system on.
Where is it? What the hell is it? Oh shit, oh shit. What the hell is it?
AFB, AFB, AFB.
You can now set the target cruise speed using the AFB lever. Set it to 40 km per hour for now.
40.
Release the brakes and apply power.
So we can do like 10.
As the train accelerates, you can apply more power as needed.
I love the difference between that side and this side of it. It's very different. It's quite cool. And the noise difference as well. Slowing us down. But it doesn't move the throttle. Interesting.
The train has reached its cruise target and has cut power. It will now manage the speed as needed automatically. You can leave the power handle with the power applied, and this grants the amount of power available for AFB to use.
A bit more then. That's cool. That's a very easy system too. Just that lever and the on button, which is hard to find.
Increase the AFB lever to 80 kilometers per hour and watch the train accelerate to the new target.
Oh yeah, here we go, tunnel! Where's the horn? Oh, this cabin's cool. I think we might go for something similar to this. Or maybe like a tram line or something. It's cut the power. And with the autopilot as well, it's quite good. Because it manages... Oh, mate. We'll definitely try and go for a modern train. I don't have to do anything. That's so good. I just set it some power, set the speed, and just let it go. I like this train.
Now decrease the AFB lever back to 40 kilometers per hour and see the train will manage itself back to 40 kilometers per hour.
Oh, it brakes hard. Look at that. I thought it'd be bad to put that much brake on, but no. So it seems like they do full brake and then bring it down. That's awesome. I've never driven. When I played the I played. What was it? What were we on? 5? I played 4, 3, and 2. I don't think I played 1. I might have though. And I mainly done Southwest Railways with the 2 and 3, and 4 I pretty much only did steam. So I've not driven these trains before. Oh, I like them, they're cool. No, I have played one. Brake overcharge. Direct brake. Like the other side, it's much quieter. This side is much louder. Maybe because the engine's there. And if you open this, it's very loud. Oh, it is cool though. So you can't do anything with this. Also, if I do a train like this, I will switch my HUD to kilometers, but we were in a British train, and it read in miles per hour, so depending on what the train reads in, I'll switch, it's just easier.
You're coming back to the platform, so set the throttle to off and get on the brakes as needed to come to a stop somewhere in the station.
AFB, AFB, AFB.
Just turn the AFB off. I don't like where it is, because it's a little shit to find. It's a pain in the ass to find. game is cool. It's saying that you don't have to watch. It's that you can kind of just have one in the background while you do other things. Or people watching it. I have to cut it from this. Power. I'm probably not very smooth with everything, but at least it works.
Getting AFB running while stationary is quite straightforward, but sometimes you may want to activate it while you're on the move without having to stop. Set the AFB lever to off and turn the AFB switch to off so that we can try that exercise next.
Oh, I should have kept it off. Right. Actually, once I've done this, I might stop. My nephews are coming around soon, and he didn't want to play this.
Now you're doing about 40 kilometers per hour. It's time to get the AFB system enabled. First, completely cut the power handle to off. Next, set the AFB to the maximum position. Don't worry, it can't do anything because the power handle is set to off. Now activate the AFB switch to turn AFB on.
AFB, AFB,
Move the
AFB.
AFB lever to 80 kilometers per hour so it can speed up. Finally, apply some power.
Max throttle. Hell yeah.
Notice that
Warp
when you're
drive
accelerating,
activated.
if all has gone well, you'll see the power cut out around the 80 kilometers per hour mark
Yeah,
as AFB is managing your speed.
How do you stop with that? I mean, you just brake like normal. Tunnel the corner. I think we just keep going around the loop and adjust the speed a little bit.
There's a signal restriction coming up ahead and you need to apply the brakes. Use the brake lever to bring the train down to around 40 kilometers per hour and then release the brakes. reset to 80 kilometers per hour still and power is applied, it's still not accelerating.
Okay.
This is because the brake application caused a throttle lockout. To reset it, you need to put the power back to off and then reapply it.
Ah, okay. So as long as you get your braking right at the station, you don't actually technically have to turn it off. Interesting.
Perfect. You're accelerating back up to 80 kilometers per hour. You're headed back to the station again, so bring the throttle to off and use your brakes to bring the train to a stop in the platform.
Right. So, throttle's off, and then we just keep that on. As soon as the brakes thing, we just don't want it to go back up to 80 kilometers. But it means we don't have to turn it off now, though. We don't have to go like, where is it? Where is it? And if we're doing a passenger run, it means we won't have to reset it when we're going. We can just put the throttle up and it will automatically get to the speed we want it to go to. So now it's got the throttle cut off, so it won't, even if we stop braking. I've got to get used to the brakes on this though. I've shot it a little bit, but we'll get some practice.
It is important to remember that a cruise control system like this is no substitute for the driver paying attention and remaining responsible for the train. Cruise control systems also cannot be relied upon to slow the train at an appropriate rate when approaching red signals or speed reductions, so you should be ready to use your brakes as needed. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
That is probably the most awkward train I've driven so far. The other ones are pretty simple. That one does take a bit more. Choose your next chapter. The next one would be Fundamental Steam, but we're going to call it there today. I might stream a bit later on, but probably might go play this again. It's with either this Cult of the Lamb or Trading Card Shop Simulator. But I hope you all